The Lost Highway, an ambient story. The sun had long vanished behind the horizon, leaving only a blood-orange smear along the edge of the world. Night crept in quietly, like a curtain closing on an ancient stage. The road stretched endlessly ahead, silent and silver beneath the moonlight. It was cracked in places, half-eaten by creeping vines and nature's slow reclamation, but still it endured the lost highway. No one knew who built it. Some said it had always been there, a remnant of a forgotten civilization. Others claimed it only appeared under certain conditions after a summer storm, in the hour just before dawn, or during moments of deep personal despair. They called it a ghost road, a place where time bent sideways and reality grew thin. No map shows it, no GPS tracks it. The Lost Highway begins when you aren't looking for it, a side road that shouldn't exist, somewhere between midnight and memory. The air turns colder, the moon tilts wrong, and you find yourself driving. Headlights barely pierce the heavy mist. The radio plays static, then whispers. The signs don't have names, just symbols that feel like you should understand them. The fuel gauge dips lower, but the engine keeps going. The only thing ahead is the hum, a low cosmic thrum, like the sound of time unraveling one string at a time. And when you glance in the rearview mirror, there's no road behind you. Tanner hadn't meant to find it. My name is Tanner. I woke up on an early Saturday morning. I wanted to go to the icy landscape of Lansingville to explore it. A beautiful land. That's my hometown, actually. When I was done, it was time to come back. I had been driving west, chasing nothing in particular, just an instinct, a whisper in my ribs that told me there was something I needed to see. My gas tank had been near empty when the sign appeared out of the mist. A crooked, hand-painted board nailed to a rusted fence post. The Lost Highway, no fuel, no service, no end. Something about it made me stop. I turned down the narrow path, tires crunching gravel. The forest swallowed me whole, and the signal on my phone vanished, as though it had been cut by a blade. Trees pressed in close, limbs bent low like they were listening. Mist curled at his windows, and then, like waking up mid-dream, I was there on a road that didn't exist on any map. The Lost Highway. I never knew. There was music on the radio now, though the station number blinked empty. A slow, ghostly, ambient hum. Distant echoes. Whispers in a language I didn't understand. Yet it soothed me. The dashboard clock froze at 2:17 a.m. and never moved again. As I drove, time unraveled. I passed an old diner with flickering neon that read "Eat," though no one was inside. A black dog stood out front watching me with eyes like stars. I passed a phone booth ringing off the hook, but when I stopped to answer it, there was only static and breathing. Further down the highway, the landscape began to change. The trees turned pillars of crystal. The sky above unraveled into layers of color I'd never seen, like auroras bleeding to the heavens. I passed cars parked at odd angles, doors open, headlights off, dust thick on their windows. Each one was empty, but something about them felt lived in recently. Then came the motel. It rose up out of nowhere, sudden and stark, a 1,950 S-style structure lit by a sickly green sign. Vacancy. I pulled in without deciding to. The keys were already on the counter inside, tagged room 6. The old woman behind the desk never looked up, just slid the register toward me without a word. The moment I signed, she vanished. That was when I realized I was in a lost, haunted highway. I was shocked. Oh no. I was scared to the point of wetting my pants. I was too curious, and I moved on, trying to find a way to get out immediately. I boarded the motel because it was late, and maybe I could just stay there for the night, but this strange silence got me up. Room 6 smelled like thunder and old perfume. The wallpaper was floral and peeling. On the bed lay a cassette recorder. Pressing play, I heard my own voice. You found it, didn't you? The place between places. Don't leave the road, no matter what you see, no matter who calls your name. The voice cut off. A knock came at the door. I didn't answer. It was a calm, friendly knock. It knocked once at a time, like clockwork. Each rotation makes the knock become more agitated. It felt freaky. I mean, you are in this condition, and you are still not wetting your pants due to fear. I froze. I ran outside through the back door, desperate to leave. Outside, the highway pulsed with light, not from cars, but from something deeper, older. It was alive, dreaming perhaps, and I was inside the dream. When I looked up, stars twisted in spirals that seemed to spell something. Symbols, warnings, prayers. I stayed on the road. I passed a carnival that ran in reverse laughter, playing backwards, rides spinning counter to time. I passed a church where angels sat with broken wings, singing to a God who no longer listened. Immediately I knew that, and that was demonic. I began to go, swallowing my fear, saying, this is just a dream. This is just a dream, repeatedly. I saw my own car once, abandoned on the side, driver's seat empty like a future memory I hadn't reached yet. I can't explain this, but I'm freaking out. Eventually the highway narrowed. It became a thread, then a whisper. Just blacktop in the dark, barely more than a line. And then finally it ended, not in a crash, but a crescendo. A great field of glass stretching to the stars and a figure standing in the center. She looked like someone I'd forgotten. Welcome, she said, to the end of the road. I didn't speak. She smiled and turned, walking into the mirror glass field where the sky bled down to meet the earth. And I followed not because I understood, but because I had come too far to turn back. The highway dissolved behind me, swallowed by fog.